Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the local bourse. Of course, the markets, they're still trading, still digesting on China's stimulus announcements, but we are seeing that the local bourse has failed to keep the gains that we saw yesterday. We are seeing red across the board there, with the all-share declining more than 0.4%. That largely being carried by the Resources 10 complex as it slumped almost 0.7%, followed by the Industrial 25 there shedding 0.5%, and a loss on the Financial 15 on the day of more than 0.1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the market stateside. And of course, investors are waiting to comb through the November U.S. inflation figures coming out tomorrow. Quite a mixed picture that we are seeing there ahead of that. Of course, that might determine the tone of the Fed as it has its monetary policy meeting next week. We do have the tech-heavy Nasdaq leading the gains over there, up by almost 0.6%, a climb on the S&P 500 of 0.14%, but the Dow backing that trend with a loss of 0.13%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic, and we are seeing two of those bourses, they're losing the steam that we saw yesterday, with the CAC 40 leading the losses, declining 0.9%, the FTSE 100 shedding 0.75%, the DAX up slightly, seeing an uptick there of almost 0.1%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and we start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of weakness coming through to the rand today. We had seen it below 17 rand 80 yesterday, now standing at 17 rand 86 against the US dollar. Against the pound at 22 rand 74, and against the euro at 18 rand 76. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.05, pound dollar at 1.27, and the yen just below 152 against the US dollar.